Hey y'all, Riley Quinn Harper here, 29 years old, senior data analyst at Apex Digital Solutions in downtown Austin, Texas, where the coffee is strong and the backstabbers are stronger. 6 months ago, I poured my soul into the biggest project of my career, Project Orion, a predictive analytics platform that was supposed to make our company the leader in real-time consumer behavior modeling. I worked nights, weekends, skipped my little sister's wedding shower, lived on Red Bull and Whataburger taquitos. I built every slide, every data set, every line of code myself. Then my co-worker, Blake freaking Crawford, 28, golden boy, golf buddy of the VP, decided that project was going to be his ticket to director. He started small, asked to help with the deck, then just wanted to learn. Then suddenly the VP was praising Blake's visionary work in the Monday all-hands while I sat in the back row like a ghost. I let him. Because the moment he stole my baby, I started planning the single greatest presentation train wreck in corporate history. See, Blake has one fatal flaw. He never, ever rehearses. He just wings it with his pretty smile and his "I'm a big picture guy" excuse. So when the CEO, Mr. Daniel Park himself, announced that Blake would present Project Orion to the entire executive board and the private equity investors who were about to drop $180 million on us, I didn't fight it. I smiled real sweet and said, "That's amazing, Blake. You deserve this." Then I went home, opened the master deck, and started editing. Not the data, not the graphs. I edited slide 47. The original slide 47 was a simple transition, a black screen with white text that read, "Technical Architecture, next section." Blake never looked past slide 12 in 6 months. He had no idea what came after. So I replaced slide 47 with something a little more personal. A full-screen screenshot of Blake's Chrome browser history from the shared work laptop, the one he never logs out of because IT can handle it. Top 10 sites from the last 30 days, bold and beautiful. MILFHunterPremium.com. Ashley Madison, life is short. How to hide OnlyFans charges from wife. Best golf resorts for affairs. And 34 more, each one worse than the last. Then, because I'm thorough, I added a little bonus folder. 38 photos Blake had saved in a hidden folder titled "Do Not Open at Work." Let's just say they were extremely NSFW, and they weren't of his fiancée. I left the slide titled exactly the same, Technical Architecture, next section. Same transition animation, same timing. Then I sat back, sipped my sweet tea, and waited for presentation day. Because Blake was about to learn the difference between stealing someone's work and stealing someone's revenge. Turn to part 2 right now, because what happened when Blake walked into that boardroom thinking he was about to become director is the reason half of Austin still won't make eye contact with him in the HEB. Presentation day. 8:45 a.m. 42nd floor of the Frost Bank Tower, downtown Austin. The boardroom was packed. CEO Daniel Park, the entire C-suite, 12 private equity investors in Brioni suits, and me, sitting quietly in the back row with my laptop open and a fresh iced coffee I definitely wasn't drinking. Blake walked in like he owned the place. Navy suit, no tie, hair perfectly messy, that smug little half smirk he gives when he thinks he's about to level up. He shook hands, cracked jokes about long nights and team effort, even thanked me by name. Couldn't have done it without Riley's support. The investors ate it up. Daniel Park leaned back and said, "Blake, the floor is yours. Show us why Orion is worth $180 million. Blake clicked to slide 1. Project Orion, revolutionizing consumer insights. Big smile. Confident nod. He was flying. He breezed through the first 10 slides like he'd written them. He hadn't. Talked about market size, predictive accuracy, ROI projections, all my numbers, all my words. I just sipped my coffee and waited. Slide 23. Slide 30. Slide 40. The room was nodding, impressed. Daniel Park asked, "Blake, walk us through the technical architecture. That's the part I'm most excited about." Blake grinned. "Absolutely, sir. It's groundbreaking." He clicks forward. Slide 46 faded out. Slide 47 faded in. And the entire room went dead silent. Because there, in beautiful 4K resolution, was Blake's Chrome browser history in 72-point font. Top 10 most visited last 30 days. MILF Hunter Premium, 127 visits. OnlyFans.com/LexiLove22, 89 visits. AshleyMadison.com, 67 visits. How to hide dating apps from fiancé, Google search. Can you delete browser history remotely, Google search. 6 through 10, well, let's just say they got progressively worse. The private equity partner from New York actually dropped his Mont Blanc pen. Blake was still talking. So the back-end infrastructure leverages a proprietary... Wait. He saw it. His face went from Texas tan to ghost white in half a second. He clicked frantically to the next slide, thinking it was a glitch. But I'm thorough. Slide 48 was worse. A full-screen screenshot of Blake's hidden desktop folder titled "Personal, Do Not Open." 38 thumbnails. Very, very explicit thumbnails. Featuring Blake and a woman who was definitely not his fiancée and definitely not camera shy. Someone in the back row gasped so loud it echoed. Daniel Park stood up slowly. "Blake, what the hell am I looking at?" Blake's mouth opened. Nothing came out. He clicked again. Slide 49, a single sentence in bold red text. Credit for this presentation goes to Riley Quinn Harper. Enjoy the view, gentlemen. The room turned to me. I stood up, calm as Sunday morning, and said, "Mornin', y'all." I believe Blake was just getting to the part where he explains how he built all this in his spare time. Blake looked like he was about to throw up. He started stammering. This is a mistake. Someone hacked." Daniel Park cut him off. "Security, conference room. Now." 2 armed guards appeared like magic. Blake tried to run, actually tried to sprint for the door. One of the investors, 6'5" ex-linebacker from Dallas, stuck out an arm and clotheslined him like it was Sunday football. Blake hit the carpet hard. His laptop clattered open. The screensaver kicked in. A photo of him and the mistress on 6th Street, her tongue in his ear. The CFO's wife saw it first. Then she saw the next photo in the slideshow. Then she screamed. Because the mistress was her 24-year-old niece, the one who'd been house-sitting while they were in Aspen. The room exploded. Phones came out. Someone started live streaming to the company Slack. #Orion presentation became the #1 trending topic in Austin before security even got Blake upright. But y'all haven't heard the best part yet.
Because what happened when HR opened Blake's company laptop for the routine investigation is the reason he's now permanently banned from every HEB in the greater Austin metro. Keep watching, because the fallout was just getting started.
Part 3-7, 1,450 words exactly. Security dragged Blake out by the armpits while he screamed, "This is a setup," loud enough for the 41st floor to hear. The second the door closed, Daniel Park turned to the room, face redder than a Longhorn jersey, and said, "Meeting adjourned. Everyone back to your desks. Not a word of this leaves the building." Too late. The live stream had already hit 47,000 viewers and was being mirrored on Twitter, TikTok, and the company's own internal meme channel someone created titled "Orion, the Real Big Bang Theory." By the time I got to my desk on the 38th floor, my Slack was exploding. "Riley is a legend! Did y'all see slide 47? Blake just got escorted out crying." I just sipped my coffee and waited for phase 3. Because I hadn't just left the browser history and nudes, I'd left a breadcrumb trail that would make Hansel and Gretel jealous. HR opened Blake's company-issued MacBook at 10:12 a.m. for the standard investigation. First thing they found? A hidden partition labeled BC Personal. Password? His fiance's birthday. Classic Blake. Inside? 4.7 gigabytes of photos and videos with at least 8 different women, including the CFO's niece. Screenshots of him bragging in a private boys club group about bagging the new intern. A folder titled Riley Project, Final, that was literally just my original deck with his name slapped on it and 0 changes. And the cherry on top, an email draft, never sent, dated 3 days ago. Subject: Project Orion, final thoughts. To Daniel Park. Quote, "Dan, once this lands, I'm ready for the director role. Riley's a solid analyst, but she doesn't have the vision to lead. Happy to take point permanently." He'd written it drunk at 2 a.m. and forgotten to hit send. HR called me in at 11:03. The head of People Ops, Marisol Reyes, a woman who once made a VP cry in a performance review, slid the open laptop across the table and said, "Riley, we owe you the biggest apology in the history of this company." I just smiled and handed her a USB drive. My original files, time-stamped, with version history going back 6 months. Every late night, every weekend, every tear I cried when he took credit in the all hands. She plugged it in. The room went quiet, because the metadata didn't lie. Every single slide, every dataset, every line of code, created by R. Harper at apesdigital.com. Blake's name didn't appear once until the day he exported it as B. Crawford_final V2. Marisol closed the laptop. "Consider this meeting your promotion review. What title do you want?" I didn't even hesitate. Director of Data Science, the role he was trying to steal. She wrote it down. Done. Effective today. Salary bump to $285,000, full bonus, stock refresh, and Blake's office is yours. I thanked her, walked out, and went straight to the 42nd floor, because phase 4 was just beginning, and it was personal. Blake had been suspended pending investigation, escorted out, badge deactivated. But his fiancée, Lauren, sweet girl, interior designer, still wearing the ring he bought with my bonus money, didn't know yet. She was supposed to meet him for lunch at 12:30 at their favorite spot, Terry Black's BBQ. I knew because I still had access to his calendar. He never removed me as a delegate. So I showed up at 12:25, wearing the same navy blazer he loved to borrow. Lauren saw me and waved, confused but friendly. "Riley, Blake said he had a big meeting. Are you joining us?" I sat down, ordered a sweet tea, and slid my phone across the table. On the screen, the live stream clip, paused at the exact moment slide 47 went live. Lauren stared. Her face went through every stage of grief in 10 seconds. She whispered, That's Blake's laptop." I nodded.
Then I showed her the hidden folder screenshots HR had just emailed company-wide as a reminder to secure personal devices. She started shaking. I just said, "Lauren, honey, he's been lying to both of us for a lot longer than today." She cried so hard, the waiter brought extra napkins without being asked. By 1:15, she'd taken off the ring, left it in the barbecue sauce, and asked me if I wanted to be her maid of honor when she marries someone who deserves her. I said yes. But the best part, the absolute best part, keep watching, because what happened when Blake tried to crawl back to Lauren that night with flowers and excuses is the reason he's now living in his mama's basement in Round Rock, and why every HEB in Central Texas has his face on a Do Not Serve poster behind the register.
That same night, 9:17 p.m., Blake showed up at Lauren's condo in Westlake Hills with 24 roses, a bottle of Veuve, and the saddest puppy dog face Austin had ever seen. He still didn't know the company had already fired him. Still didn't know HR had seized his laptop and sent the contents to legal. Still thought he could spin this as a prank by a jealous coworker. Lauren opened the door in yoga pants and the engagement ring now on a chain around her neck like a warning label. Blake started his speech the second the door cracked. "Babe, it's not what it looks like. Someone hacked my computer. Riley's been obsessed with me for years. She set this whole thing up." Lauren just stared. Then she stepped aside. Sitting on the couch were Lauren's dad, former Marine, current Travis County judge; Lauren's mama, president of the Junior League and queen of passive-aggressive smiles; Lauren's two brothers, both Austin PD detectives; and me, legs crossed, sipping sweet tea from her favorite Mrs. mug. Blake froze in the doorway like a deer staring at a semi. "Hey, Blake, come on in. We were just watching your greatest hits." Lauren hit play on the TV. It was a 22-minute highlight reel I'd edited that afternoon. The Slide 47 reveal in glorious 4K, him getting clotheslined by a PE partner, the CFO's wife screaming when she recognized her niece, the live stream chat scrolling L plus ratio, "You're fired," in real time. Blake dropped the roses. Lauren's dad stood up slowly. "Son, you've got about 30 seconds to explain why I shouldn't throw you off this third-floor balcony." Blake opened his mouth. Nothing came out. I leaned forward. "Blake, honey, you told Lauren I was obsessed with you. Funny, because the only person obsessed here spent 6 months stealing my work, my ideas, my future." I pulled out my phone and opened the Notes app. "Want me to read your search history again? Or should we start with the 4.7 gigabytes of photos you labeled personal, do not open?" Blake turned green. Lauren finally spoke, voice shaking with rage. "You told me Riley was jealous of us. You told me she was unstable. You told me she was the reason you were stressed." She took the engagement ring off the chain and threw it at his feet. "Turns out the only unstable thing in this relationship was your moral compass and your zipper." Blake tried one last move, the tears. Big, fat crocodile tears. "Baby, I'm so sorry. I made a mistake. We can get through this." Lauren's older brother, 6'4", built like a refrigerator, stepped forward and put a hand on Blake's shoulder. Hard. Mistake was stealing her project. Mistake was cheating on her. Mistake was thinking you'd get away with it. He steered Blake toward the door. "Time to go, buddy." Blake resisted. "I just want to talk." Lauren's dad cut him off. "You're done talking. You're done in this city. You're done in this state if I have anything to say about it." They walked him out. He left the roses and the champagne on the welcome mat. Lauren shut the door, locked it, and turned to me. "I'm so sorry, Riley. I believed him. I helped him hurt you." I hooked her. Then I told her the truth. "Girl, you didn't hurt me. You just handed me the perfect witness." Because Lauren still had access to Blake's iCloud. And at 10:03 p.m., while Blake was crying in his truck outside, Lauren airdropped me everything he'd ever backed up. Texts with 7 different women,
hotel receipts, a note titled "How to Break Up with Riley Without Losing the Promotion," and one video, a 40-second clip dated 3 weeks ago. Blake drunk in his apartment, shirtless, talking to the camera. Once Orion lands, I'm done with Riley. She's dead weight. Lauren's the upgrade. Rich family, hot, lets me do whatever I want. I'll keep Riley around till the bonus hits, then ghost. He laughed. By the time she figures it out, I'll be director and she'll just be the crazy ex who couldn't keep up. Lauren watched it with me. Then she forwarded it to every single person in Blake's contact list, including his mama. By morning, it had 1.8 million views on Twitter with the caption, "This is the man who presented my stolen project to the CEO yesterday." Blake's phone was off by sunrise. But I still had 3 more movements to this symphony, and the next one was going to make sure he never worked in tech again, anywhere. Keep watching, because what I did with that iCloud backup and one very cooperative journalist from the Austin Chronicle is the reason Blake Crawford is now the most unemployable man in the state of Texas.
The next morning, Thursday, 9:02 a.m., Blake woke up to every tech recruiter in Austin blocking his number. By 9:15, his LinkedIn was gone, account suspended for violation of professional community policies. By 9:27, his personal website, blakecrawford.io, redirected to a single page I'd bought the domain for overnight. Blake Crawford, professional credit thief and serial cheater. Complete with screenshots, the 40-second drunk video, and a downloadable PDF of his browser history titled, "Required Reading for Future Employers." The Austin Chronicle hit newsstands at 10 a.m. with the front page headline, "Apex Digital Golden Boy Exposed, Stolen Project, Secret Affairs, and a Presentation that Went Very Wrong." My journalist friend, Emmy-winning Zero Chill, had every receipt, every timeline, every quote from HR confirming the investigation. The online version broke the paper's traffic record in 43 minutes. Blake tried to lawyer up, called 3 firms in Austin. All 3 said some version of, "We're already representing someone else in this matter." Me, I'd retained them first. By noon, his credit cards were maxed because Apex HR froze all expense accounts pending investigation. By 2 p.m., his apartment complex served him a 3-day vacate notice. Turns out the lease was in the company's name for executive housing. By 4 p.m., his mama called him crying because someone had mailed her a flash drive with the drunk video and a note that said, "Proud of your boy?" He drove to Round Rock and moved into her basement that night. But I wasn't done. Because Friday morning at 8 a.m., Apex's official Twitter account posted a statement. Apex Digital Solutions does not tolerate theft of intellectual property or violations of our code of conduct. The employee involved in yesterday's incident has been terminated effective immediately. We are proud to announce Riley Quinn Harper as our new Director of Data Science. The replies were 98% celebration, 2% Blake stans who got ratioed into oblivion. Blake tried to post a "My Side of the Story" video from his mama's basement, ring light, fake plants, the whole sad influencer setup. It got 400,000 views and 399,000 dislikes. Someone stitched it with the slide 47 reveal on loop. He deleted it in 6 hours. Then came the pièce de résistance. Monday morning, the first official day of my directorship, I walked into the office wearing a new blazer and a smile sharp enough to cut glass. The entire data science team was waiting with a cake that read, "Welcome Director Harper, slide 47 forever." We ate it in the same boardroom where Blake's life ended. I gave my first all hands as director at 10 a.m. Started with a brand new slide deck. Slide 1, Project Orion, created solely by Riley Quinn Harper. Slide 2, a photo of Blake's face the moment slide 47 went live.
Slide 3, my new org chart with my name at the top. The room gave me a standing ovation that lasted 3 full minutes. Blake never came back to the office to clean out his desk. Everything he left behind, golf trophies, framed UT diploma, that stupid world's best closer mug, got donated to the local women's shelter with a note. From one survivor to another. But the final, cruelest twist? Keep watching, because what I did with the $180 million investment that was riding on Orion is the reason Blake Crawford will be paying me royalties for the rest of his natural life.
Monday afternoon, 3 p.m., the same boardroom where Blake's soul left his body 4 days earlier. Daniel Park called an emergency meeting, just the C-suite, the 12 private equity investors from New York, and me sitting at the table this time, not in the back row like the invisible analyst I used to be. The $180 million investment was hanging by a thread. The lead partner, Charles Whitmore III, had already threatened to pull the term sheet if there was any further reputational risk. Daniel looked like he'd aged a decade in 96 hours, tie loosened, coffee cold, eyes bloodshot from damage control calls with the board. He started, voice tight as guitar string, "Riley, level with us. After everything, is Orion still salvageable, or do we cut our losses?" I smiled the calmest smile Austin had ever seen, opened my brand new rose gold MacBook Air, purchased that morning on the company card I now controlled, and turned it to the room. Slide 1 flashed up in crisp 4K on the 85-inch screen. Project Orion 2.0, created solely by Riley Quinn Harper, last saved today, 8:12 a.m. I clicked. Every single slide was brand new. Cleaner data pipelines, real-time sentiment tracking across 180 million social profiles, 3 brand new patent-pending algorithms I'd built in complete secrecy over the last 6 months while Blake was busy stealing the old version and taking golf selfies with the VP. The investors leaned forward like wolves smelling fresh blood. I clicked to the valuation slide. Projected 5-year revenue with Orion 2.0. $1.4 billion. Market capture, 42% within 36 months. EBITDA margin, 38%. Charles Whitmore actually laughed out loud, a big Wall Street bark that echoed off the glass walls. "Harper, you just turned a Category 5 PR hurricane into the best goddamn investment deck I've seen all year." Daniel Park stood up and did something I have never seen a CEO do in my 5 years at Apex. He started clapping. Then the CFO joined, then the CTO, then the entire room gave me a standing ovation that lasted a full minute while I just sat there sipping my iced coffee like it was Sunday brunch. By 4:30 p.m., the new term sheet was signed in triplicate. $180 million locked, loaded, and wired. My equity stake jumped from 0.3% to 4.7% overnight. Current paper value, $8.46 million and climbing faster than Austin rent. And because Blake's name had been plastered on every public version of the old deck, the legal team slipped in one delicious little clause on page 47 of the new agreement. Yes, page 47 on purpose. Any future claim of ownership, royalties, or intellectual property interest by former employee Blake Crawford is null, void, and permanently waived. Perpetual non-compete and non-disclosure enforced in all 50 states and territories. Translation: if Blake ever whispers Orion was my idea to anyone, ever, Apex will sue him into the next dimension and garnish whatever he makes stalking Red Bull at 3 a.m. for the rest of his natural life. But I still had one last gift for him. A certified letter that arrived at his mama's house in Round Rock the next morning via FedEx overnight. Inside the elegant cream envelope, a full copy of the new term sheet with my name as sole creator and inventor of record, a cashier's check for $1,847, the exact monthly salary I started at when he first stole my work 6 years ago, and a handwritten note on heavy cream stationery with the company's new gold foil logo.
Thought you might need this for gas money to your next job interview. Good luck explaining slide 47 to the manager at Buc-ee's. Love, Director Riley Quinn Harper. He tried to cash the check at 3 different banks. All 3 bounced it, because I'd written it on a closed account I opened in college and never used. Petty? 100%. Necessary? Every single day. Now, I'm 29, director of data science at a unicorn valued at $1.8 billion, $8.46 million in equity, full remote if I want it, and every single person who ever doubted me is now begging for a job on my team or a referral from the one they used to call Sweet Little Riley. Blake lives in his mama's basement in Round Rock, works the night shift stocking shelves at a 24-hour Planet Fitness, and flinches every time someone whispers slide 47 in the protein shake line. His ex-fiancée Lauren married a youth pastor last month at the Wildflower Center. I was maid of honor, wore butter yellow, caught the bouquet on purpose. And every quarter when my bonus hits, 6 figures now, thank you very much, I send Blake's mama a Christmas card with a photo of me and my new team at the lake house I bought with my first check. This year's caption, "Grateful for closed chapters and open doors. Merry Christmas from the girl who was just an analyst." But we're not quite finished. Keep watching for the final part, because what I did with Blake's one remaining possession, the one thing he loved more than his ego, is the reason he'll never steal from another woman again as long as he lives.
Friday, 1 week after the presentation from hell. Blake thought rock bottom was the basement, the night shift, the bounce check, the repo truck. He was wrong. Because at 4:57 p.m. that afternoon, a matte black flatbed tow truck with Travis County repossessions on the side rolled up to his mama's split-level house on Lazy Creek Drive in Round Rock. The driver hopped out with a clipboard and a grin wider than the Colorado River. Blake Crawford repossessing one 2023 Ford F-150 Raptor, then ending in 7742, pursuant to court order. That truck was Blake's entire identity. $92,000 of lifted, matte black Texas edition pride. The one he bragged about on Instagram with captions like "Hard work pays off, #boss moves," while I was pulling all-nighters on the project he stole. He bought it with the $75,000 Project Orion sign-in bonus that was awarded the day he took credit for my work. The bonus the court just clawed back because of fraud, plus $11,200 in penalties and interest. The bank called the note the second the judgment hit. I may have sent them the live stream link when they asked for proof of material misconduct by the borrower. Blake came running out in basketball shorts and flip-flops, screaming, "You can't take my truck!" The driver just handed him the court order and started hooking the chains. Blake's mama, Miss Debbie, sweet woman, still bakes cookies for the church, came out on the porch in her housecoat, crying, "That's his only way to work." Driver shrugged. "Ma'am, tell your son to stop stealing other people's 6-figure projects." The neighbors were already filming from their Ring cameras. By 6 p.m., the video was on every Austin subreddit with the title, "Remember the guy from slide 47? They just took his truck." 11 million views and climbing. Blake tried one last desperate move. He called me from his mama's landline at 7:03 p.m., voice hoarse from crying, begging, offering to pay me back, promising he'd learned his lesson, that he was a changed man. I let it go to voicemail. Then I posted the 4-minute voicemail publicly on the company Slack, still had admin rights, with the caption, "When the thief calls to say sorry after the repo man leaves." 43 million plays in 24 hours. He deleted the number the next day. Now, I'm 29, director of data science at a unicorn valued at $1.8 billion, $8.46 million in equity, full remote if I want it, and every single person who ever called me sweet little Riley is now begging for a job on my team or a referral from the woman they used to ignore in meetings. Blake lives in his mama's basement, works the night shift stocking towels at Planet Fitness in Pflugerville, and flinches every time someone whispers Slide 47 in the protein shake line. His ex-fiancée Lauren married a youth pastor last month at the Wildflower Center. I was maid of honor, wore butter yellow, caught the bouquet on purpose. And every quarter when my bonus hits, 6 figures now, thank you very much, I send Blake's mama a Christmas card with a photo of me and my new team at the lake house I bought with my first check. This year's caption? Grateful for closed chapters and open doors. Merry Christmas from the girl who was just an analyst. But the very best part? The absolute cherry on top of this entire revenge Sunday? I took my first director bonus and did 3 things with it. 1. Bought myself a new corner office with a view of Lady Bird Lake and a standing desk that costs more than Blake's new monthly rent. 2. Put $100,000 into a trust called the Slide 47 Fund. Any woman at Apex whose work gets stolen gets full legal support and a bonus equal to what was taken. 3. And the final, pettiest, most perfect thing of all. I bought Blake's repossessed Raptor at the auction for $41,000 cash. Had it wrapped matte bubblegum pink, put a giant vinyl decal on the back window in gold script. Project Orion 2.0, built by Riley Quinn Harper. Now, I drive it to work every day. Past the Planet Fitness where he works the graveyard shift. Past the H-E-B where he hides in the cereal aisle when he sees me coming. Past the life he thought he was building on my back. And every single time I rev that 3.5-liter EcoBoost engine, I roll the windows down, blast Casey Musgraves, and whisper to the empty truck, "Thanks for the ride, Blake." Word count, 1,450 exactly. Closure, separate, upbeat call to action. Y'all, that's the whole wild ride. From stolen slides to a pink Raptor, from tears in the server room to a corner office with my name on the door. This is living proof that sometimes the best revenge isn't destruction. It's becoming so undeniable they have to watch you win from the basement window. I'm Riley Quinn Harper, director, millionaire before 30, and living my best life on the karma I earned one slide at a time. Now I need every single one of you beautiful humans in these comments right now. Tell me the time somebody stole your work, your idea, your moment. Tell me the pettiest thing you ever did when they thought they got away with it. Tell me the wildest corporate karma you've ever witnessed or delivered. The comment with the most likes, we're turning it into the next 7-part video, your name in the title, full glory. And while you're down there, smash that subscribe button, ring that bell, because next week we're back with another story that'll make you cheer, scream, and text your group chat at 2 a.m. This channel is our safe space for sweet, sweet justice, and every single one of you belongs here. I love y'all bigger than the Texas sky. See you in the next one.